So this is my second attempt at this video because I thought I had pressed play last time and I had not. So basically I just want people to know that my point of making these homeschool videos is not necessarily to advocate to homeschooling. It's not necessarily to get other people to start homeschooling. It is to help people who have decided to homeschool and need a boost getting started. But it is more importantly to help people whose kids are in public school use homeschool methods and methodology to help their children be successful. I'm going to link an article to this video called Think Like a Homeschooler, using homeschool methods to prepare, excuse me, it's entitled Think Like a Homeschooler, Using Homeschool Methods to Help Your Child Be Successful in Public School. And most of the videos I do will have an article attached to them, so that I'm not just droning on forever. I know you like to hear and see, but sometimes it's just very helpful to read more in depth what's going on in my head. The reason that I feel it's so important for public school parents to hone in on a homeschool way of thinking is because the schools are not designed to do what is in the best interest of your child. And many of us, or many public school parents believe that when they hand the child over to the school, that the school is going to do what's in the best interest of the child. That's not what the school was designed to do. The school was designed to do what is in the best interest of the masses, of the entire body of students. And I'm going to argue that they do that. But let's look at a scenario. So your child is in a class of 30 some odd students. There's a child on one end who is highly distractible. Distracts the children, annoys people, annoys the teacher, whatever. He needs more attention than the average child. There's a child on the other end of the spectrum who is getting 100 on everything they touch. It's not a distraction. And they're doing very well. Given the resources, they could do so much more. The school is not designed to have the best interest of either one of those children as a priority. And there's going to be so many kids that fall into every incremental place in between those two kids. The school's job is to take care of the best interests of all of those kids as a whole. So you're going to have your kids who are on the distracting end being punished, and you're going to have that child who's on the other end being allowed to coast. It's not good for either child, but it is good for the class, because you can't have kids distracting and that they'll be punished and reprimanded to try and bring them into line. But you can't allow those other kids to just coast, because it's good for the class, and it helps the class look good, honestly, when there are kids getting highest scores in the class. I'm not saying this is bad. This is just how schools are. This is just how it's run, and kind of how it's meant to run, to bring everyone into a median that the teacher can work from. As a parent who has chosen to keep their child in public school, it is your job to figure out where your child is on that spectrum, and to do what you need to do for them to be successful in the school environment that you have chosen. So just because you've decided to public school your child doesn't mean that you step back and allow the teacher and the guidance counselor and the principal to do their thing. They're going to do what's best for everybody, and that may not be what's best for your child. So you may need to find ways to supplement their education. You may need to find extra education for them to do. You may need to find counseling and help them find coping methods to deal with their distractibility, you may have to do extra tutoring. But it's your job to know what's going on in the school. It's your job to know what's going on in their notebooks. It's your job to know how they're doing on each and every single test from kindergarten through 12th grade. I've noticed that when kids get to high school, the public school teachers don't necessarily report back to the parents because they figure, well, the child is a teenager and they have to start being accountable for themselves. But if the parent is not aware of this, how are you going to help them? So it's your job to be aware, and it's your job to find resources, whether you've chosen to homeschool that child or whether you've chosen to public or private school educate that child. So wishing you the best of luck, asking you to go ahead and read the article I'm attaching to this. It's going to be very useful in getting you to think like a homeschooler, whether or not you've decided to homeschool your child. Have a great day.